Welcome back to the Hood News Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 84. I got my dogs with me here, MFB
Yep.
and BBTB.
Pow.
We're doing Week 7 waivers. A couple of big names to shout out here this week. But we're going to go ahead and start off with quarterbacks. Not many options, but we're going to talk about Jackson Dart, roster in 32% of leagues, who turned up against the Eagles on Thursday night last week. He's definitely a player to add. I'm pretty sure he has a tough matchup next week, so I don't think
They do.
They
Against
play
the
against
Broncos.
Denver. Yeah. Okay. So don't start him this week, but he's definitely someone to add and just keep on your roster. You probably hopefully have a better start next week, but just keep him. You can trade him, or you may end up starting him if he does good enough, if he continues to do well. Next on the list, I just tossed in Aaron Rodgers, who's playing against Cincinnati this week. So you got two 50-plus-year-old QBs going at it. Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. Both, decorated veterans in the sport. But Cincinnati's been pretty good for QB matchups, and they play Thursday night. So if you need a streamer, go ahead and add Aaron Rodgers, and good luck to you if you're starting Aaron Rodgers this week. Only rostered 19% of leagues. That's all I have for quarterbacks. Is there anyone else that you guys are interested that tickles your pickle?
No.
Joe Flacco has decent matchups upcoming, but yeah, bro, don't suggest him ever again, bro.
No, just keep him on the bench. Like if you need a QB2, you have an extra roster spot, and you want to just make sure you want a backup.
He hit more than 20 fantasy points once this season, and guess which team he was against?
Dallas.
The worst team in football.
Saints.
Worst team in football.
Miami Dolphins?
Jets.
Browns.
Worst team. The worst team in football.
Jets is 0-6. Oh, Arizona Cardinals.
Yep. Yes, sir. And he knows. He knows football, bro. He knows the worst team. So, yeah, Bryce Young only scored 20 fantasy points. He scored 21 against Arizona, and they almost came back and won in that game, which is insane. But anyways, they play the Jets next week. I would not feel very comfortable. Then they get Buffalo and then Green Bay. I don't really think I want Bryce Young on my team. But yeah, the only other name I could think of is if you're desperate, dying, Joe Flacco. They play Pittsburgh, Jets, Chicago, supposedly good quarterback matchups. He has good weapons. I would not be looking to start him. Anyways, let's move on to wide receivers. I'm just going to throw names out here. These are not in any particular order. Kendrick Bourne, actually, he's probably at the top of the list, rostered in 35% of leagues, who did it 2 weeks in a row for the 49ers and has looked pretty good and been stepping up without Ricky Pearsall there. But he's kind of top of the list. Jalen Coker, who's coming back off IR for the Panthers, so Bryce Young gets another weapon. Alec Iomanner, the rookie who has stunk it up the last 3 weeks. Pretty cheeks, no lie. But interesting stat, he has a touchdown in their only 2 home games. So maybe he does it again this week because they're at home. And Ridley may be out since he got injured in this game this week. So Iomanner may be someone to add. And hopefully you don't have to start him. But he may be added just stash. Next, we got Bucks receivers. You got Sterling Shepard. Ibuka's, I think, set to miss some time. Sterling Shepard is one. There's a couple other guys, like, what's his name? Tez Johnson. Yeah. And there's another Johnson. There's like a Tez Johnson and then someone else Johnson. I'm not making that up, I swear. They each caught a touchdown this week.
I have no clue.
Good job, guys. Way to go. Let me look up. But is it Josh Johnson?
Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson with
I
a
was about to
K, by
say,
the way.
what
Cameron
happened
Johnson.
to what happened to McMillan? Is he hurt?
He's been injured. Yeah, he is
Oh,
still
okay.
on
That's on the
IR, I
Panthers,
believe.
bro. I'm just kidding.
No, other McMillan. Tez Johnson ended up with 3 targets, 1 reception, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Cameron with a K, he ended up with 4 targets, 4 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown. And then Sterling Shepard, I don't even know what he did that game. But anyways, maybe worth looking at one of those guys, taking your shot. Which of those guys are you guys most interested in? Is it just Sterling Shepard and then the other guys are just shots in the dark, or what?
I would be down to take a shot on either guy, especially because Mike Evans is still up in the air whether he's back or not. Right?
Okay.
There's still no true word if he's back. Egbuka's for sure missing a couple of weeks, I would say.
Godwin's already set to miss week 7.
It's very much worth it to take a shot, and hopefully you land the guy.
Okay. So any of them? Any of the 3?
I'd probably go Sterling Shepard 1, Tez 2, and the other homie 3.
Okay.
I haven't looked at this data yet. I would see which guy ran out the slot the most and go with him.
I like that. We'll talk about that maybe in the midweek update when we talk about Egbuka and how long he's going to be out for. Last but not least, I put Jets receivers since Gary Wilson's expected to miss time. I just put a question mark next to this because I don't think any of them are worth picking up. But if you're desperate and you just need someone, maybe.
Brother, don't pick up a Jets receiver, bro. Please don't.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and erase that off the list.
Please do.
Hey, we'll bring you guys the news, all right? So, anyways, of those receivers, Kendrick Bourne's probably top of the list. I would be interested in Io Manor, just because that team is just a dumpster fire. Never mind, just Kendrick Bourne, Io Manor, Shepard, and then Coker. Coker's more of a stash. If you can add him and put him in an IR spot while he's still technically.
I was just gonna say a streamable option too. I was thinking of is Keyshawn Booty. The only reason why is just because of how fire Drake May's been playing. So if you want to just take a risk on a boomer bust player, someone.
Yeah, Keyshawn Booty 9% rostered. We'll throw him in the mix because he had a good game last week, but those receivers, we talked about in our last episode, they kind of rotate between receivers, and there isn't really a number one on that team, a defined, like, true number one. So, yeah, it ends up being just mixed bag for those guys. That's it for receivers. You guys want to talk about any of these guys? No, for sure. Let's move on to running backs. At the very tippy top, Kamani Vidal for the Chargers, who took over that backfield. 31% rostered. He should have been rostered in most leagues, but yeah, only 32% or 31% rostered.
Yeah, I would say for sure, probably if you're in some sort of competitive league, he was probably picked up last week with the Hampton news. If he's not, he is a mustache. He is top RB going forward, probably for the next 3-4 weeks, however long the rookie Hampton is out for.
Yep. Next on the list, we have Bam Knight, Zonovan Knight for the Cardinals, who I don't know if you guys were up. I was actually in Texas, so I was up at the time the games were playing. Adam Schefter was reading off a report, just pregame report, and he said Zonovan Knight set to start for the Cardinals. So I picked him up right before the game started on Sunday. Whatever time it was an hour or two before the games. And ended up working out pretty well. He got in the end zone, and I think they're looking to have him as the starter. Anyways,
that's a good pickup. I'm wondering, is he just going to be the starter over Michael Carter? Did something happen?
It's gonna be a timeshare.
Or
I think it's just going to be a timeshare. I mean, DeMercado, they took out behind the shed and shot him in the head. they're still reporting that he's an actual live person, but he's not. He's dead. He died last week. He got shot in the head after that when he dropped the ball behind the goal line. So they're now just running between Bam Knight and Michael Carter. I have no idea. Michael Carter, I feel like, earned his spot as the starter. And then they said, "No, you're good, brother." And they literally this morning before the games said, "No, Knight's going to be the starter." So yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe Michael Carter said something or did something. Maybe he was going to leak information about DeMarcado getting shot. So they just said, "Nah, bro, you're relegated." I don't know, man. But I think it's going to be a timeshare. So we'll see. Kendra Miller, roster in 34% of leagues, who's slowly taking more and more out of that backfield.
I feel like the past 3 weeks, low-key the share has been the same in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of, I don't know. It's interesting, but it's not that interesting because it's like, well, what does that mean? We don't know what it means, right? Usually when you see a takeover, it's like, okay, little by little, they're getting more and more work. With Kendra Miller, it's been the same work the past 3 weeks. So it doesn't look too promising, but still worth a roster spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's getting work. And so, I mean, as long as Kamara's healthy, he's not really worth much. If Kamara were to miss time, then yeah, Kendra Miller's value shoots up. But the fact that they're already giving him touches and getting him involved is good for him. And Kamara usually ends up missing time anyways. Last season, he missed the last few weeks, I think, of the season. And then this year, we'll see. Why is his name in here? Kenneth Gainwell, 43% rostered. Who put that in there?
I put that in there, my friend.
Please tell us why we should go and roster him.
Just a great handcuff. Just throw him in. 42%, not too bad. Thursday night game, you might need a running back. Throw him in. Something might happen. I don't know.
Okay, so of these, I almost want to erase his name, but of these 4 guys, how do you guys? Obviously Vidal at the top.
Vidal,
Knight,
Knight,
next.
Miller.
Do not pick up Ken Gainwell. Unless something happens to the starter, Jalen Warren, then yeah, Gainwell. He had a nice game before the bye week in London. That one was. But yeah, he's just a handcuff. Let's move on to tight ends and hopefully finish this off real quick. At the very top, Harold Fannin Jr., who I think Njoku's set to miss time. He got injured in that game, so Fannin is likely going to get more work. Definitely at the top of this list. A couple more names. Kate Otten, rostered in 12. How rostered is Fannin? It's like 27%, I believe.
Yeah.
27%, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, that's right.
And then Kate Otten rostered in 12% of leagues, especially if Igbuka's missing time. Kate Otten is definitely a good pickup. And then Mason Taylor, who was on the duds list this week. We brought him up last week to add. They played Denver. Then he became a bum. But Garrett Wilson's expected to miss a few weeks. So with that news, there's no one there to catch the ball. So Mason Taylor has value for sure. So definitely pick him up. People will likely drop him after that terrible performance. So pick him up if he's not already picked up. If he is already picked up, hopefully that person that owns him just drops him to the waivers. That's it for tight ends. Do you guys want to talk about any of these guys?
No, just Kate Otten could be a great pickup. That's pretty much it. If you need a tight end.
The thing with Kate Otten that I don't like, I mean, I would pick him up just to have him like stash, but I don't know. Last season, I feel like he did this where I think Godwin went out and he had a game or two where he did great, and then he just literally vanished, and didn't do anything for the rest of the season. Right.
I mean, I'm just talking about just like a streamable option. I think he'll get you like a respectable like 6 and 9 points. So,
okay. Yeah, no, he's definitely worth adding and definitely could could have a lot of value. And I mean, the tight end landscape's pretty crap. So yeah, Kate Otton's worth an ad for sure. That's it for tight ends. Let's move on to some kickers. We have Jake Moody versus the Saints, who's rostered in 1% of leagues. And then on the other side, Blake Grupe against the Bears, rostered in 1% of leagues. Both these guys are widely available. Jake Moody, who just signed with the Bears, went crazy on Monday night. He scored the game winner, right? Monday night against the Washington Commanders. So yeah, look to add him. Because sometimes they like add a kicker and then cut him, but yeah, he should still be the kicker.
I was just gonna say that should be a kicking game, by the way. So I feel like those kickers should get double-digit points.
Okay, yeah, add those guys. Couple of defense options. Miami plays the Browns. Miami's rostered in 3% of leagues, so a good streaming option. Seattle plays Houston. Seattle's rostered in 49% of leagues. We threw them in there because it's less than 50%, but yeah, you can pick up Seattle and play them against Houston. But that does it for the defense and kickers. Any other notes? Anything you guys want to talk about?
No.
Not really.
Cool. That was a quick episode, and hopefully you guys get the players you need. We will try to update the Discord with any other players that we may have missed before Tuesday night, before you put your waiver claims in. But that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.